Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Children, we were learning about the lesson body movements, in which we were discussing about the parts of the skeleton, and we have covered about the skull and the backbone and also the rib cage. Now we will study further about the next two parts of the skeleton, that is the limbs and the girdles. So first let us discuss about the limbs. You know there are two pairs of limb. One is our arms, or which is called the forelimbs, and next is the legs, which is called the hind limbs. So the arms, you can see your arms, or you can feel your arms now. Just see that your arms has two parts. The one part is above your elbow and another is below your elbow. So the part above the elbow is called the upper arms, and the below the elbow is called the lower arm. Our upper arms has only one bone, that is called the humerus, and the lower arm has two bones called radius and ulna. The bones of the arms are joined to the spine by shoulder girdle and the collar bone. The next is your hind limbs or the legs. Legs has also two parts. The upper leg has made up of only one bone, that is the femur or the thigh bone, which is the longest bone of our body, and the lower leg has two bones called tibia and fibula. Now next comes the girdle. We have two types of girdle in our body. One is called the pectoral girdle, which is also called the shoulder girdle, and the next is the pelvic girdle or the hip girdle. The limbs are not joined directly to the backbone, but it is joined to the girdles. The arms are joined to the pectoral girdles and the legs are joined to the pelvic girdle. You can see the figure of the girdles. The detailed structure is not mentioned in your syllabus. Now let us study about human body and its movement. And let us try to move the various parts of the body. Take one of your brother or sister, younger brother, sister, or any of your friend, and find out that which parts of the body rotates completely, which part rotates partly, which part of the body you can bend, and which part of the body you cannot move at all. First, touch your arms. Can you rotate it completely? Yes, you can rotate it completely. Then neck. Can you rotate your neck completely? No, you can only rotate it partly, na? Then see your head or your sister or brother's head. You can only bend it down and up. You cannot rotate your head. Then your back. Your backbone can be slightly bent. Then your wrist. Wrist can also be slightly movable. They are only in one direction. Your fingers also slightly movable. Your knee you can rotate, but not completely. Your ankles is just like your wrist. You can rotate partly. Toes also you can rotate partly, and elbow also you can rotate partly. These are the different type of movement which you can see in your body parts. Now let us learn about joints. What are joints? You know, two bones are joined at different places. The place where two bones join is called a joint. Bones are joined by tough, flexible bands of elastic tissues called ligaments. The end of the bones forming a joint is lined with a layer of tough and elastic tissue called cartilage. The cartilage makes the end of the bone smooth and reduces friction between the bones during movement. Cartilage is present in other parts of the body like upper parts of the ear, front part of the nose. In the figure you can see how the cartilage is found between the vertebra. Now we will discuss about the types of joint. How many types of joint we have? So we have three types of joint. They are immovable joints or fixed joint, slightly movable joint, and freely movable joint. Immovable joints, as the name suggests, that these joints do not allow any type of movement between the bones. For example, the bones of the skull are interlocked with each other except the lower jaw. They are held together by fibrous cartilage and do not allow any type of movement. Then slightly movable joints. Slightly movable joints are those joints which allow very little movement due to the presence of a pad of flexible cartilage between their ends. For example, the joints present between the adjacent vertebra in the backbone or spine allow only slight movement. This kind of joint provides more support. Then freely movable joints are the joints which can be moved freely. These freely movable joints we will learn in the next period because they are in very detail. This is all for today's lecture. Revise